Positive vibes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Boulevard Bullies Presents Here Comes the Lame, the flagship program of the Boulevard Bullies YouTube channel, and I am joined by our host, Flagship Joe of the flagship show. Fuck that jersey you're wearing. Ladies and gentlemen, Jedi Joe.
Yeah. Go Sixers. You had to change outfits, but yeah, go Sixers.
I'm sorry about the music because we no longer have the rights to the old song, so I had to quickly. I didn't think of that as we were preparing, so I had to quickly pivot, and then I realized that I didn't pick a song on YouTube longer than 5 minutes. So
yeah, whenever I start a stream, I always got to look for like the 10-hour loop.
Yeah. I was trying to think on the fly. I was like, fuck it, we'll do it live.
Do it live. Yeah.
Great show in store, great times ahead, but You and I are enemies this week.
Frenemies.
Because my New York Knickerbockers are playing your Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, those Knick fans are pretty confident.
I
So
mean,
I'm trying to
Joel
pull up like
Embiid
all the
has
notes
got to
for the
be
week.
the most overrated player in the league.
I mean, when he's not, he's injured. So he's playing injured. So
Yeah,
he's only at like
mentally
60%.
injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's only 60% there mentally.
Yeah. He's kind of weird in the playoffs for some reason.
Yeah, he's a
I don't know what
wacko.
his
He's a wackadoo. I will say that in game 2,
likes pro wrestling.
He does like pro wrestling, much like all the people who are only at 60% mental capacity. And he loves to do suck it. And also, he's a big dumb idiot.
Almost. He reminds me of Almost.
He is, but
Almost.
he did get like the Dennis Rodman call where he like lightly shoved a guy and they're like, whoa, this guy's unhinged. This guy's out of control because his like reputation precedes.
Well, what was it? The first or the second game? They were just like, "How's that foul? How's that a foul?"
Well, he
I think
had
they
the
filed a
ball.
grievance with the ref, right? The refs.
Well, they filed a grievance game 1, and then he like kind of lightly pushed a guy with the ball like out of his way, and the guy was like, "Whoa!" And they're like, "Oh, technical foul!" And then they reviewed the tech. It was a warning, and because he's a big dumb brick shithouse, he did the same exact thing 2 minutes later, and they're like, "Okay, you did it again, technical foul." And it's like, oh my god, this guy's a fucking idiot.
Brick shithouse.
And then
MVP last year.
for the post game, he wouldn't even lift up his head to speak to people. Did you see this? It's because he was
Oh,
secretly
no.
eating a hot dog. I made that second part up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
So are you feeling confident? I mean, the Phillies are
I
down.
really-
Philadelphia.
The Phillies are heating up. They're doing just fine.
Hey, Mets are playing great too. We'll see you in the NL East.
Oh yeah. And
NLCS.
the Sixers, I don't know. The Knicks look good too, but either team, the buck stops with the Celtics. So, and then we have the draft tonight too. So,
The WWE draft or
NFL draft.
oh well, the big news and the thing that I want to dedicate much of the show talking about is Tony Khan now revealing himself as a playable character. And everybody is clamoring for him to wear the neck brace to the draft. He's got to pull a Vince McMahon. He's got to pull an Andy Kaufman. He's got to pull a Christopher Moltisanti. And the list goes on.
Oh, because he's going to be
on.
at the draft because of the Jaguars.
Or he'll be at least in the war room. I think usually he's in the war room, like scribbling on sheets and sheets of data. This is like his Christmas, dude. Do you realize the sheets and sheets of data that go into the NFL draft?
Yeah, totally. It's all like stats and all. That's right up his alley.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I had to be here. He needs
Like
to
it's
show
like
up.
trading the numbers, like looking at stats and names, and then also trading up with other teams for their stats and numbers and this, that.
Yeah, it's he is in
Continental Classic times 100.
Yeah, he's in Tony Khan heaven tonight. So hopefully that concussion won't hinder his.
All right, we'll talk all about it. Don't worry.
So how's the new jobby? Week
Really
2,
good.
week 2, week
A
3.
lot of walking. Week 3.
Okay.
A lot of walking today. A lot of walking, sunburn because you're out all day, which is cool. Yeah. I haven't got the first full check yet, but it's a commission-based job, so you're trying to like do all the numbers in your head. But
Sheets and sheets
it's a lot of Google Sheets and Google Sheets, yeah.
of data.
But it's funny just dealing with people like you're a complete stranger just showing up at someone's door, and like sometimes you get just someone that just like closes the door in your face. It is what it is, And but the areas I go into are usually nice, and for the most part, I have no real issues. It's just trying to convince someone to give you some information, which can be difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you were accosted on social media this week. You decided to unleash your opinion.
I decided I always give my opinion on social media. It just, for some reason, this comment that I made on the WWE official Instagram post caught a lot of traction. and it proceeded to get like, I don't know, like 200 comments and like almost 1,000 likes. And it was a video of like Bianca Belair, what's her face? Naomi, and the three of them, and Jade Cargill, jumping around. It's mostly all just like Jade acting like an excited idiot. And I just wrote something really quick, like the road to cringe or some
so
shit. Like it didn't
the
even
cringe.
make it, or something like that. It's like the road to, instead of the road to WrestleMania, it's like the road to cringe or something. And like a lot of times I'll say something and like someone might respond here or there. And like I don't go back and look, you know what I mean? But for some reason, like Instagram gave me a notification for this one, and I was just like, wow, this is getting a lot of notifications. And I looked back, and it was like 100 to 200 comments of like people calling me racist,
Yep.
people calling me sexist.
Yep.
I don't like black people. I have an anime profile picture, which I do, but that's like all they could get on me, was that I had an anime profile picture. But I have that because of these scenarios where if you go on social media and talk shit, I don't want you looking at what I look like. And it's not like I'm saying anything where I don't want to be seen in public. I just like...
You don't want to get roasted.
I'm not going to get roasted, though. Like, what are you going to say? Like, oh, you're just a white guy. Oh, you're just a fucking white guy. Yeah. I mean, I guess then they'll just call me racist. They go, white guy making fun of black women. You're sexist, too. They were already saying that anyway.
They were pretty cringe, though. The video was a lot of hoppity hopping and empty soul smiling.
Oh, she was like running around like an idiot. She was running around.
It was
running
cringe.
up and down and like trying to sign something. And she's like,
didn't
where's
have
the
a
pen?
pen.
The pen's right in her fucking face.
Yeah.
Like she's going fucking ape shit.
She was very excited.
Yeah. So I just like, I was like, yeah, they're fucking cringe. So, and then, yeah, I'm trying to think of some other things that were said. It'd be like, yeah, you're sexist, you're racist, and then, yeah, you're insensitive or something, maybe, and then someone would just call me gay or something. like the comments weren't like, the role from all walks of life, of all walks of marks.
All marks of life.
It reminded me a lot of my TikTok days, because that's how a lot of my TikTok comments were in a lot of those videos reels I used to do, where it would just be like toxic, like thousands of toxic comments and like 250,000 fucking views of like thousands of comments of just like toxicity. And I'm just like, well, why do I have this? This isn't a community.
No, it's
but believe it or not, like just the end of the story, there is a small percentage of people that were agreeing with me, and there was almost 1,000 likes on my comment.
Hell yeah. Well, and then what happens always is that they just
agreeing.
If you don't respond, they just trail off and start arguing amongst themselves.
And they start arguing with themselves, like, no, bro, yeah, because you don't like feed into it. Like I don't go back to these threads, but it was pretty funny, so I did start commenting here and there. Just to kind of like get them really going, and then I left and just watched, and then just all of a sudden they started eating each other alive.
Whole bunch of Joel Embiids on the other side of those phones.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Very
funny. But I mean, that's what they used to
Embiid-y.
do on my TikToks too.
Well, I posted.
I would never comment, and they would just destroy each other. You know what, bro? You're gay. Oh, you got anime profile pic. You gay.
I kind of removed myself from the Instagram rat race as well. Like it's like, oh my god, I'm too lazy for this shit. But I did do a throwaway post on Instagram, Boulevard Bullies, and we used to, like, when I was grinding every day, we're up to like 3 million, 4 million impressions on Instagram, gaining every day. Like when I cared, I bumped us up 15,000 like that, But it's like, oh my god, I just can't fucking be bothered to screen record and write a thing.
Especially stealing content. Yeah,
I got to farm
sheets of stealing content.
Sheets of content to steal. I got to scroll through Twitter in the morning. I got to find a thing that I want to screen record.
And then if you're trying to work and shit at the same time.
Yeah,
like,
so I kind of like fell off. So our impressions were down to like 250,000 maybe, and I screenshotted a Minnesota Vikings tweet of Roman Reigns' like tryout pick. Like him and the Vikings. It's like, we acknowledged him first. And I just posted it.
One, yeah.
I just posted it. And since WrestleMania, to this day, people are arguing with each other in the comments about if the Vikings cut him because he had leukemia or not.
To this day, they're still arguing.
To this day. And we're up to 1 million impressions.
Honestly, it kind of I kind of want to log into my TikTok and see. I think people are still arguing with themselves, and I haven't posted content on there in like over like a year.
Yep. Yeah. Well. Oh yeah. I'll look at like TikToks. TikTok's almost too easy, dude. Like TikTok, you just it's too easy. It's TikTok. It's like what I cared about TikTok for like 2 weeks. We got up to like 10,000 followers. I was like, all right, this is too easy. I'm done with this.
Yeah, I don't want to make money.
Can you make money?
You had to get monetized.
I think
10,000. You get monetized with 10,000, right, on there.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look into that now.
I only had like almost 4,000 or something like that, and that was just me like dicking around videotaping stuff on the street in Philly. And
What's going on in your streaming life, in your video game life?
we're still playing New Vegas. Oh, so we fixed New Vegas.
We fixed it. Okay.
We fixed it. I found a guide. Like I said last week, I was like, I'm gonna do this guide, and I found the guide, and I think we've gone like 2 or 3 streams, and it hasn't crashed once.
Hell yeah.
So now it's completely stable. The graphics are like way better. The lighting's better. The colors, like hue, everything, all these stuff was like fixed and replaced, and things removed and patched, and this.
Now,
and
by
that.
a guide, this is a YouTube video of somebody like
No,
walking
this was a Steam thread, Steam community thread.
of what? Of like what mods to install in the correct
Yeah, like
order
do this
to get it-
first with the files, and then get all these mods. Like these mods are for stability, and install all these first. And after this is like quality of life section. One, and then this is like more quality of life stuff. Now this is like added content, like because people just add missions to the game. Like they'll write their own stories and shit. Like the same for Skyrim.
Oh,
Like
it's
there's
so
a whole
dope.
other world in Skyrim that's like based around Star Wars, and you
Well,
go
know
there
that
and it's
game?
like
What's
they add
that
races
fucking
and shit.
game? Oh, Urka, you know the name of the game. There's a game that won like a BAFTA and it was a Game of the Year finalist, and it's all based off of a Skyrim mod.
It's probably the one I'm thinking of that has like all the Chiss people, like the race of blue people, and it was like in some like harbor kind of town, like a shipping area in like the northern area of like snowy area of Skyrim.
This
I remember
one
looking
is
at it,
like
but I never got into it.
Roman Empire time loop mystery solving something thing. Yeah, and apparently it's like, it's overwhelmingly positive. BAFTA, fucking Game of the Year, all this shit. So very interesting. I've never gotten into mods. Even when I got into PC gaming, I never started fucking
No,
around
I
with
mean, like,
mods.
I was like mods because I always like played randomizers and Resident Evil mods.
Yeah, you're
and
a mod
stuff,
guy.
So yeah, because like I like these old games, and it's just a new way to experience them. You know what I mean? Like I'll play Resident Evil till I'm blue in the face, but I wouldn't mind like if I don't walk into the same room with like the same zombies. Now it's like could walk in and there's like a big snake, or walk in there's a big dude with a pipe.
Yeah.
Walk in, there's like a bunch of like fucking different enemies in there.
Yeah. That's
So it keeps you on your toes and shit. But as for the mods and stuff, it was mostly all just like quality of life and like textures. I haven't really like gone full, like I said, like full added content yet because we were just trying to see if it was stable. And I've been streaming it, and it actually started to lag out my
Forgotten City.
OBS. Forgotten City. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, that's
Um,
a game.
Is it okay?
Yeah, that's the game I'm talking about.
Wait, that's the mod you're talking about.
Forgotten City is a full-on game that was imagined based off of a Skyrim mod.
Okay.
And
It's
like,
also a place in Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, well, yeah, you're kind of in like a Roman toga party type looking like thing. And there's like a mystery to unravel with the...
I kind of heard of this.
Well, apparently the writing is like fantastic. And like one guy did this based off of a Skyrim mod he made. And apparently it's like awesome. It's like a time loop, mystery solving, light action.
Oh, so he took like the Skyrim engine, kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't like you're in Skyrim. It was like a whole new like
Okay, so
repainted
I don't know
like
the whole,
world.
Yeah, I don't know the
No,
whole
but
story.
looking at the screenshots, it doesn't look like
No,
that. At
that
all.
game that you're looking at, 100%. It's like it's a repurposed, But I don't know what the true origins are. I know enough to say, it comes from a Skyrim mod, but I don't know if he, like, maybe it had humble beginnings in Whiterun, or whatever. And
Yeah,
I
like
don't
maybe
know,
it started originally in like an alpha or like beta in the actual Skyrim game.
Yeah, but apparently a widely celebrated game.
Yeah, maybe I can mess with that next, maybe. But like I said, New Vegas, I'm gonna be messing with that
Are you
for a little
loving it?
bit.
Do you love? Are you now that it's stabilized and that you're?
Yeah, yeah. Now we can actually have fun and shit.
Are
You
you
know.
having fun?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I got character and like Jomo and stuff we've been watching, and like character helps me like with certain stuff. So, oh yeah, that's what I was doing this week. He was like, "You're not ready for this." We went into like a quarry. We had like all these
Oh,
death claws,
Death
which
Claw Quarry.
yeah,
Oh,
like
let's
which had
go.
death. I don't know if anyone knows what death claws are. They're like the S tier enemy
Did
in
Death Claws
Skyrim and or in
appear in the
Skyrim.
series?
No, actually, there were none in the series.
And there's
Spoiler.
no like skeleton or illusion to them. Like, oh,
I
watch out for
think
these
there
guys.
is some. There might be like a skeleton or something at some point. I think I remember.
Yeah, they
But
need they need the graphics department to get like a little raise so that they could CGI.
I mean,
a
I'm
whole
sure
Death
it's
Claw.
one of those things where they like hold off till because like New Vegas is going to be the next season, So we'll probably get death claws in that. But yeah, I went
Right,
into this
because
giant like quarry and then fucking there were all these death claws. So we just started like to cheese the shit out of them, like from far away, like on top of this ramp. He's like, if you somehow pull this off, this and that, you can get this. I'm like, oh, sweet. So let's try to do it. But we ended up with no ammo left after doing this. But we cleared out most of the quarry, so we have to go back.
oh yeah, that
So,
sounds fun.
another thing at work this week, we have this like meeting every Wednesday at the office, and everyone went around the room, and it was like this piece of paper you had to fill out, like, what's on your bucket list? What's your favorite like TV show or like movie? And then it's like favorite food.
Oh
Where would you
boy.
like to go? And this and that. And we all went around the room and read those off, and it was like everyone, like 3 people out of like a room of like 20, their favorite TV show was the Fallout show.
Of course.
But I don't think these people knew about that it was a game. Like, yeah, like I gotta, I watch it with my kids. Yeah, it's got a lot of violence, but like, I gotta fast forward some parts. But yeah,
Jesus Christ, get a new show. Watch more shows. There was a Death Claw skull shown. Yo, how smart am I?
yeah,
I know. Right.
yeah.
Shit
I
writes
think
itself.
I remember them. I don't remember exactly when, but yeah, we cleared out the quarry of all the alphas, but then there was like a male alpha. There was a learning tree.
Did you watch? They released all the. I can't wait to. I cannot wait to talk about this. Let's get through. The different strokes section. Did you watch Wolverine Deadpool?
Oh yeah, I watched it a few times today. I watched it a few days ago, but then I watched it a few times today for some reason. They don't show too much in the trailer, but it's definitely going to be good. Like this is definitely going to be the most hyped up. This is definitely the most hyped up MCU movie in a long time.
Well, and it's like the two characters that they didn't fucking ruin. Like everybody.
you watched the trailer, right?
No, I didn't. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I don't care.
Well, I
that
mean,
much.
you've seen the other 2 Deadpool films,
Yeah, which I thought were high quality films.
so he's always alluding to Wolverine and Hugh Jackman. So I
And
mean, like it was
Logan is
you know.
Logan's a great film as well.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Logan's a very serious film. Yeah.
and that
Yeah, they're hinting it's going to be like X-23, the little girl that was in Logan. She'll be in it. And then they're bringing back, like, they already showed in the trailer, like, they're already bringing back, like, a lot of people that are from, like, the original Bryan Singer films. Some people from First Class.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Because it's all alternate, it's all multiverse shit.
Right, and it's
So it's
going
like
to
they're
lead
just-
into the X-Men relaunch, probably. I would assume.
Yeah.
But if there was a new Wolverine Hugh Jackman movie, I would not care and I would not trust them to not fuck it up. But the fact that Deadpool's in it, I feel like Deadpool is fourth wall breaking
Well, yeah.
enough
Yeah.
and clever
They're going to
enough
bounce off each other well.
that the writing will be good and it'll make me care and it'll save it from getting egg on its face. Egg
Yeah.
pie.
Well, I mean, this has been built, like I said, this has been built up for a while, with the you always make stupid jokes like his name begins with the letter W and ends with Pulverine or it's like some stupid like that. It was always like the most obvious jokes, So yeah, and I mean, like, Hugh Jackman was saying he was done with Wolverine, so this is the one he's coming out.
Oh,
It hasn't been that long of a
Hugh Jackman's
of a retirement.
cameo in BoJack Horseman. Oh no, Hugh Jackman's cameo in Rick and Morty is legendary. Check that out if you haven't seen it. You know what I watched? Late Night with the Devil Finally. That exorcism 70s talk show based exorcism movie I've been wanting to see.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
I'm gonna give it a solid 6 out of 10. I mean,
What was it on?
It's on Shudder now. It was a film, like a theater release.
Shudder.
Now it's on Shudder. And I think it's on AMC Plus. 6 out of 10, above average. Great art style. Great art direction. The girl who was the possessed girl was phenomenal. But much like almost every exorcism movie, not enough exorcism.
Yeah, these movies don't have it. There's
It's
like
all set up.
Exorcism, Emily Rose, and it's just like that one Exorcist film that was out.
The
summer.
most recent one with the 2 girls. Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah,
That was
and they
fucking
said it was
horrible.
terrible because it's all just religion.
It's all set up. It's just all set up.
Well, I guess maybe it's supposed to be epic when it happens, but then like the payoff isn't good.
No. And that's the one thing. There were a few. Figure this. They did a Cronenberg scene. They had a practical effects scene that was like unrelated to the exorcism, which was the best scene in the whole movie. And then they had a CGI final act with levitation and exorcising. Yeah. I hear voices in my head. But the best scene of the movie was like halfway through, and it's almost like at that moment, it was something to do with like hypnosis. And it's like, oh, is it really happening? Isn't it? Who's hypnotized? Who isn't? And it was like to set up like the reasonable doubt of demonic possession. So it's like, oh man, okay. It seemed like at the time, okay, we're not even to the exorcism yet, but they did this, which is insane. So I can't wait to see what happens. But then the movie like slowed back down, and the final exorcism like wasn't all that.
It was just like it was a popcorn fart.
Yeah, it was like the explosion. It was like the explosion, the Moxley Kingston explosion.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yo, I think, and we'll get to it later, but I think Tony Khan getting punched is my new favorite clip in wrestling history.
The mic.
Stabbed him with the microphone.
So you want to talk about what else is going on?
Wrestling time?
Yeah, we can talk about some wrestling stuff.
Wrestling.
So I guess the biggest
headlines.
thing I've noticed being bitched about this week is probably, besides obviously Tony Khan last night, is a lot of fans complaining about Becky Lynch and all the new champions that came out of Sunday and Monday. Becky, there's a lot of Becky Lynch complaining.
Yeah,
that's for sure. That's number one.
Most Becky Lynch complaining. I haven't seen
a little bit of Jericho complaining.
Oh, yes.
And then some people, and then like complaining about like black people winning championships, which is always a fun subject. So like Swerve, Trick Williams, and Willow. So that's always fun.
Yeah, but those are 3 deserving athletes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying people are still bitching about it.
You know what I
Like,
hate? I hate the Shawn
There's people
Michaels.
making fake Sean Ross Sapp tweets. Did you see this?
No. Please tell me about somebody who would care enough about the
I don't know if
wrestling.
I could say it on the air.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah,
Just
I could just said it to you.
allude to it.
Yeah, Trick Williams wins the NXT Championship as Ilya Dragunov likely heads to the main roster for WWE Draft.
Yeah, and that was obvious. He's getting ready for the
Yeah,
draft.
and then it says,
Nope. Don't even care. Don't even care.
yeah, then he says something about like, all right, they're on top of the wrestling world right now. The tweet has been deleted.
Delete the tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
everybody-
delete to. Remember that? Yeah, from Toxic tweet along.
Everybody delete. Everybody hated Becky Lynch winning. They're comparing it to like Hogan, Bret Hart, WrestleMania. Like Becky Lynch wouldn't do the job, brother. It doesn't.
It's all
work
the
for
like
her.
Liv Morgan crybabies too. They're like, oh, it's gotta be Liv. It should have been Liv. It should have been Nia. It should have been Alexa Bliss. It's always
No, it
like
makes
clearly
sense.
they had an injury. They need to put it on someone who is capable of holding it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she'll put it onto somebody else. Like that's all it is. And people are just like being fucking marks and just freaking the fuck out. And
Yeah,
look,
that
this is just the
Becky Lynch
community is. Like,
refused to lose to
yeah,
Liv
that must
Morgan.
have been it. Yeah, she definitely
Yes.
came out of like healing her, helping rehab her husband and dealing with her like 1-year-old, 2-year-old kid or whatever it is to fucking come out and win the championship or whatever, a 7th time.
Yeah, she probably, if
Yeah.
anything, she's probably annoyed about it. She's like, God damn it! Like I don't want to.
Yeah, I figured she probably pissed off.
Yeah,
Yeah. You don't want to do that shit. But the marks, it's crazy. Like every year, just wrestling, especially now how wrestling is like so mainstream now. It's just like
all the
More
Joel
and more.
Embiids. It's magnetized. They magnetize the Joel Embiids. The Embiids.
yeah, it's just like more and more just stupid. I mean, it's great for if you're selling shit on an eBay store. For me,
Yeah.
if you're like
Or
making
farming
money,
content.
if like you're making money or content or into that, like there's a great booming period, bro. Hell yeah, brother.
Oh yeah, when
But-
I woke up this morning, I
But
had
when
a
you're looking
lot
at
to do.
opinions and shit. Yeah, I had a lot to do.
Yeah, I had a lot to do after seeing all these Tony Khan things. I had a lot to do. It was a really busy morning. You know,
Screenshot.
Yeah.
Like,
screen record, screenshot. Okay,
yeah,
Magic
Yeah.
Eraser. All right,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Magic
To do.
eraser.
Hashtags and the notepads.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
lot. There's a lot
so-
to do,
people complaining about that,
which
yada,
is so
yada.
dumb because, and at the end of the day, it's not like Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan. Like Becky Lynch is head and shoulders more popular than Liv Morgan.
Yeah. And,
and
just shows,
more
like,
capable.
the mindset. Like, you're right. It is like Hulk Hogan. You're right. You're right. You're right. They'll
Well,
put
I
the
said this.
mustache on
I
her
said
face.
this before.
You're right. You're
It's
right.
like when you first learn the lingo and you first understand that wrestling has 2 layers of enjoyment, it's intoxicating. It's exciting. The drama is exciting. Like what's real, where the blending of the line. That's what draws us all in. So I think all these noobs or Embiids in the world, they learn a few buzzwords and then, oh, it's a squash. It was a squash.
Yeah, it's a squad, bro. There's he in the back. She's just saying it's going to be a huge pop when they get the gate in the house, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
it's just people like
And it's great. I was thinking about it today, and I think I saw I was like getting my hair cut today, and I was at the barber, and I saw like some like wrestling thing somewhere in the barber shop. And this isn't a barber shop I normally go to. I only went there because my barber just recently like broke his leg or some shit. The one I normally go to, so I had to like pivot and find another one,
oh no.
or just never get a haircut until who knows. So I just saw something wrestling, and I just like didn't want to say anything because I knew like probably the opinions of those people who put that thing there were going to be unsufferable, like likelihood, for like if there's a percentage, it's like a 75% chance they're going to be unsufferable opinion that I'm just going to be like, yeah, man, yeah, that's crazy, yeah, I want so and so to win the belt, brother. Like when they're gonna, like that's crazy at Becky Lynch and did. Yeah, man. Yeah, you worked your shit. You worked yourself in a shoot, brother. Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So there were also some releases this week. What we got? Like Jinder Mahal was released. Xylee was cool, yeah. And then Cameron Grimes was one of them too. And he took to Instagram and really got like upset and emotional about this. And I proceeded to comment on that thread. I said, it was definitely not a positive comment. Is somebody muted?
That's me. It's all right. I didn't have anything important to say.
It's all right.
I was just saying that I love Xia Li, and I love watching
yeah.
her ride her bicycle on Instagram. Shout out Xia Li.
I don't know if I could find the actual thing, but I was just like, dude will be fine. I was like, dude's gonna be fine. What's the big deal? I understand you maybe it was your dream working there, but you're gonna do just fine on the indies, And how did you not also see this coming if you weren't on TV for a year?
Right.
And he's like, I'm just like,
You know what's crazy? Like, I think that
Yeah, we're getting
people-
text messages by everybody that you're muted, but I think you're good now.
Oh yeah, no, I unmuted. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't have anything that important to say, but people who can cry, record themselves, or take photos of themselves while they're crying are weird. You
And he's
remember?
just doing it to be like relevant, I guess, because he hasn't been on TV. Like, hey, I left. Now, if I do a crying video, then I'll be back in the algorithm, and then I can start getting bookings.
Oh, see,
and then, I'll be back, and it's like, look at my story. Look how successful I am now.
I hope that for him. I hope that his brain works like that. But unfortunately, I think it works like
There's a mark. Sorry.
yeah, that he's like that's what he needs to do to get himself
Over.
feeling better. No, to get himself feeling better emotionally. He's like he's a mental health guy, soft as that tissue that you just mutilated. And it's like, oh, this is my truth. I got to speak my truth I got to show my emotions and it's like, I don't know.
Should I blow my nose like this, like a cartoon character? Like,
that's basically that. I can't tell the difference between what you just did. Welcome to the flagship blow.
two.
The flagship nose. I almost ate a burger right here on air. Actually, I was very hungry. But I showed some
Just now?
self-control, Joe. Yeah.
Scuff stream.
90-day non-compete. Actually, non-competes have been outlawed, effective immediately by the TLC, the TLA, the ATL, whatever
TKO.
commission of federal things and legal things run the things that contracts are made of. All non-compete clauses are now null and void across the board. Reset the matrix. Don't exist. Jinder Mahal, your hero and mine, could show up on AEW TV and kick Tony Khan in the balls.
Tony Balls in the con.
Right in his con. Kick Tony Balls right in the con.
Oh. Let me check this Knicks score. Close game. Close game.
That's right.
What
Knicks
else
sweep.
you got here? What was this about? Becky tells about Seth with the knee surgery and wrestled Mania weekend with torn MCL versus Jinder.
Why did I say something about Jinder there? Becky Lynch was on like some kind of versus Jinder. Yeah, that's not accurate. But Becky Lynch was on some kind of Irish
Drew versus Drew. It has to be Drew.
Well, versus Drew, and like so both nights he had torn meniscus, ruptured MCL. And so he actually wasn't medically cleared.
Oh.
And
I figured it was the case.
he wrestled hurt. I guess it was like you can't make it worse. It's just a pain tolerance thing. At least that's what I want to believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was kind of like the pec thing.
Yeah,
torn
kind of
pec that
like
Cody
that.
had.
Yeah.
Ironic.
And he got
it's
like poked in
it's
his
like
eye.
poetry.
He got like all fucked up.
Oh, that's
Mania
right. He did
weekend.
get banged up a little bit. Yeah. What's the Naked Gun reboot with Pamela
Yes.
Anderson and Liam Nielsen? Cody Rhodes going to be in a movie gig already?
You see, you get a job, Joe, and I pick up the schlack, and I
Schlack.
dive deep, and I get the stories
Yeah, you get
in
the
the
good
headlines that everybody wants to hear, and it is confirmed, announced on all major accredited publications that there is going to be a Naked Gun reboot. And for those of you not familiar, Naked Gun is like Airplane with cops. And it's Leslie Nielsen, O.J. Simpson, and Heather Locklear, right? And they're rebooting it with Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson.
Pam Anderson.
And confirmed, what do you call it? Cameo by your WWE Universal Champion Cody Rhodes.
He's going to be out like 6 months just to film this one cameo.
Well, it's already starting, dude. He didn't wait 2 weeks before he was like, I'm going to be an actor.
Yeah.
You know why he's getting into acting so fast? Because it's like, yo, The
I
future.
might not be the champion long, and they're already booing me. And
No, the future of our planet is The Rock versus Cody Rhodes for president of the United States of America.
yeah.
And he's like, yo, I
Um,
got to beat The Rock to the White House, so I got to do a few movies right quick. Then I'm going to go into
I
Senate.
think The Rock will make it to the White House before Cody.
No way. Cody's got his eye on the prize, dude. He's going to be the governor of fucking wherever he cured racism.
He'll be the governor of Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia. The governor of Georgia, and then he's going to run for president. And it's all going to start right here, right now, with the Naked Gun.
Is he going to be Democratic or Republican?
He's going to be his own party.
He's going to be a white guy, white Republican married to a
That's right.
black
he's
woman.
He's gonna reshape the Republican Party. He's gonna shave Donald Trump's head. He's gonna finish the story there. Then he's gonna become the governor of Georgia. He's gonna single-handedly revive Pamela Anderson's career.
I don't know about that. And Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson.
You put I think you meant Leslie Nielsen.
No, Leslie Nielsen is dead, and he was the original actor. Liam Neeson from Taken. I have a particular set of skills.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon Jinn, yeah. I should have known to say it that way for you, Jedi Joe. I apologize. Hey, did you see that Broken Matt Hardy came back? Speaking of deleting.
Yeah, I was about to say, speaking of wrestlers from down south, Broken Matt Hardy's back, I guess, in TNA.
I don't know if he's back or if he just
Well,
appeared.
and what's Jeff Hardy doing? You seen what Jeff Hardy's been up to? He's just like singing in the backyard.
I'm locked in on
That
those.
motherfucker looks old as hell.
And he is not a great singer.
His hair is like all growing out on the sides because he isn't not shaving it, and his beard's growing in, and that motherfucker looks old as fuck. But yeah, Broken Matt's back. If you're into that, delete. Yeah, I guess that does it for headlines. We kind of like blew through that, but that's fine because we have a lot of other wrestling shit to talk about. So did you watch? So how did you do on your AEW Dynasty?
Oh my God, Joe, I have not even looked.
Well, let's check. None of us have checked. We're gonna check for the first time on the air.
First time. We're live, pal.
Maybe if I have money, I'll put it in the into a
Urca defending
an NFL draft bet. Pools. Recent.
pools.
Oof, not good. I got 1 of 7 right.
Recent.
Oh, some people got paid out $115.
Damn it.
Yeah,
3 of
only-
7.
Oh, you got 3 of 7? Okay. Hey, oh wow, the payoffs were weird. Look, only like 7 or 8 people got $115, and then everybody else got $7. That's what's so weird about this.
Which
You know,
move
like
did
somebody-
Samoa Joe hit first? Elbow suicida. What did you say?
I said elbow suicida too.
Oh, you got that. That's the one you got.
Yeah, hold on. I completely just fucking lost it.
I put none of the above.
on my
Oh, that's right. I put
standings.
none of the above.
You put none of the above.
Yeah, I did the alternative.
Oh, wait a minute. I did vote for none of the above is used? Oh, I guess so.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. None of the above is used was the one that was right.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So I picked elbow suicida. Yes.
Yeah, I also did that. Okay. Which move will Shane hit first? I put none of the
I said
above.
the house call.
So that's the one you got right.
No, that was wrong. It was none of the above are used. So he didn't hit any of those
geez.
moves
so
either.
the red X means that's the correct answer.
I'm sorry. They don't normally do it like this. This is like a new system.
This is odd. Yeah, this is very odd.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So the X is what we picked. Because
The
I
red
picked,
X is what we picked.
and then why don't they, because they used to just do green and red, and
We
that was
need
it.
a data analyst here. We need
Okay,
somebody to
so
analyze our data.
So I picked elbow suicida, and it was none of the above.
Okay.
And then I picked the house call, and Excuse me.
No, you picked no, because it
I
was
picked
the
none of the above, and it was the house call.
That's what I did.
Then our foreign object, I said the chain. I was wrong. It was the AEW.
I had
World
that. I
title.
got that. I got the belt.
Okay. And then, will anyone interfere on the behalf of Samoa Joe? I said no.
She got that. I got that too.
I said, will anyone interfere on the behalf of Swerve Strickland? I said yes, and I was wrong.
Which is obvious looking back on it now.
Yes, but like, I mean, a lot of these, you even see a percentage of this shit is like, 50-50. Like, it wasn't like it were far off. How will, I mean, yes, it's only two options, but still, like, it wasn't obvious. How will the match end? I said pinfall.
God damn it.
No, I'm sorry. I'm still confused about how this is scored.
You know what?
I said
you know what makes me
submission.
sick?
Oh, I said submission because I thought he was going to get choked out. I thought Joe was going to win this. So submission, and it ended with a pinfall. And then we obviously got the winner wrong. Majority of people said Joe was going to win.
Yeah,
65%.
64. Yeah. It
Sorry
pisses,
about that, everyone.
it
That was
pi-
the new system done by DraftKings.
It's DraftKings' fault. It's not our fault. They need help with their sheets and sheets of data. I'm a little bit upset because I feel like the obvious thing that was going to happen was that Swerve was going to win clean and that they were going to give it to Swerve. They were going to put over Swerve hard. And I think that if either of us had been able to just go into this pool with that mindset, we would have gotten more right and probably won some money. But we were thinking Adam
usually,
Page, we were thinking Prince Nana.
We would have only won $7 though. Or maybe 50 cents.
Well, which I would have put on the New York Knicks. What's the score?
54-51 Knicks.
Oh, yeah, let's go, Knicks. Basically, the Knicks,
all right.
Complete team, great teamwork, cohesive unit. Philadelphia 76ers give the ball to Embiid.
Yeah.
Effective strategy. A very effective strategy, though.
So did you watch Dynasty?
I did. I got in a little late. Tomorrow, by the way, is my first day off fully since getting back from WrestleMania. I've worked at least a half a day every single day.
You're working every day.
Doing it. So pay off my debts to Jedi Joe.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, because you gave me the. What you guys don't know is I went home with a Cody weight belt. Joe gave me like a little care package. And he was like, "Here, this is for you." Him and his girl standing in the front door as I left. They were like, "Thank you so much."
The golden belt,
here
the
you
$900
go. Here's a
golden
little
belt.
care package for you. And I was like, "Wow, thanks." And I got my Uber, and I was in my Uber for 2 minutes. And Joe was like, "You owe me $5,000." I was like, "Fuck. Okay, well, I gotta get to work."
Start getting them tables, brother.
So turn them and burn them.
Start turn them and burn them. So Dynasty got a 9.9. The score was a 9-11. 9-11 was the score.
Yeah, that's what it basically was. It was wrestling's 9-11.
I didn't really think this show was that great.
No.
Some people were saying this is a 10 out of 10 show.
No.
There were some really bad moments where like the good shows have like it's top to bottom usually good and maybe one silly match.
What was the last show of theirs? What was the last one with Okada with fucking Takeshita
Revolution, Sting's last match.
Yo, I had more fun watching that show than I had watching this show, by far.
That was the last pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. The last pay-per-view.
Okada defeats Pac. That got a good rating. House of Black with Copeland, Kingston, and Briscoe. That got whatever rating. Willow Nightingale defeats Julia Hart. I called the Julia Hart thing, remember? I heard it was going to switch to Willow, and then now they're going to face Sasha.
Oh, yeah.
Which was obvious. It was stupid trying to... they couldn't get Julia Hart over. I mean, unfortunately, like, she is just not talented enough, or she's too fucking green.
They're obviously just giving it to Willow to give it to Sasha. So it's like, why not just give it to Sasha?
That too, yeah.
Why not
but it's got a
Sasha come in and steamroll
stinker rating.
Yeah, stupid.
Well, they want to have this long-term storytelling thing with the New Japan Strong Continental Ring of Honor World Champion Open Championship title storyline.
So funny
because she injured her. Like, you almost ended my career and put me in the hardest and darkest place I have ever been,
Japan.
and almost took 2 years of my career away from me.
Because she always drinks plenty of milk. But
I need some milk.
so yeah, it's doesn't make any sense. It's
Anything
odd.
stand out on this show for you? You
Um,
like Roderick Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly?
So I missed. I came in right as Willow was winning, so I missed Roddy and Kyle
Only a
O'Reilly.
6-minute match.
Who did?
It was, well, no, the Willow match was before the Roddy O'Reilly match.
Oh, then I must have just caught that.
Maybe
like,
you're
on
thinking
my
of
phone.
Jericho Hook, which was after that, another title
No, so
change.
what I did is I peeked at Willow winning because I was getting texts from Larry saying that our girl Willow was about to win. So I think I watched it on my phone at work. Then I walked home during Kyle and Corey, and then I got there for like I got home for mid Hook Jericho. So how was And by the way, congratulations to Willow Nightingale. Couldn't have happened to a nicer and cooler fucking human being. And
Yeah,
you know,
Willow's good.
like AEW, like Willow having this type of platform and exposure, to me justifies AEW's entire existence. Like, you know, they talk about creating jobs and creating platforms. It's really like Willow and like maybe Darby, and you could say Swerve, but really
Orange
Swerve.
Cassidy.
Yeah, Orange maybe. You know, there are definitely a select few, and I think Willow's at the top of the list. Where it's like,
MJF.
yeah. That's okay. So maybe I'm being a little
Britt
dramatic.
Baker.
Yeah, but Britt Baker.
But now she's not around anymore.
Yeah, she's not doing anything. But yeah, okay, fine, fair enough, fair. But Britt Baker.
Like, those are the people I'm thinking like that got like truly utilized, you know? Like truly like developed and were utilized, you
But
know? Like,
to
and
me,
then,
like Britt
as, like, a
Baker
face.
had more buzz on the indies than Willow did. Like to me, Willow's like really out of
Oh
nowhere
yeah,
type of
yeah.
character.
Buzz. But I think I was
Even
just
Darby
like,
too. Like Darby and
Oh, yeah,
Swerve were
definitely.
kind of like top tier indie guys. Like Willow kind of came from like middle of the pack NYWC, maybe a little bit of beyond obscurity, not beyond, yeah, beyond. You know. Anyway, shout out. What jumped out?
She
to
was
me,
on all those Uncharted Territory episodes. I used to watch. That's when I first saw her.
I guess what I realized is that I hate the safe version of the Will Ospreay Kenny Omega match. You know, like the dump them on their head, actually beat the fucking shit out of each other match.
Are you talking about Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
you said Kenny Omega.
No, but what I'm saying is like that match, the Takeshita match, Kenny Omega, Ospreay, all these guys, like where they're actually dumping each other on their heads and they're actually beating the fucking shit out of each other and risking their lives. Daniel Bryan, I think it went through the Daniel Bryan filter, and there were a lot of things in this match that were extremely safe. You know?
Yeah, when he did the finish, the
Yeah,
Tiger
the finish
Driver.
was safe. You know, even the dragon or the dragon suplex from the top. It's like pretty clean. Like released it, didn't.
Oh, the
fucking-
tiger suplex.
Yeah.
The Tiger suplex, because it was from behind, like
right.
this,
The Tiger
and then
suplex,
crossed.
Tiger Driver. They like cleaned it up. They didn't drop Danielson on his fucking head.
Yeah.
Although Ospreay did take a few stiff knees to the face.
Yeah, I think that was the best spot in the match, was the counter to the Os Cutter with the knee.
Yeah. So
You know it's it's unique and original when I start applauding.
hey,
You know, I just like, okay, because
All
it's
right.
like something I haven't seen. I've never seen that. That's never been done, I don't think.
yeah.
I mean,
and
maybe there's been like a counter maybe from like with a super kick or like a Roddy like running like knee or running stiff kick, you know. But you know, that's his finisher, and it was perfectly fucking timed.
to me, the
Like,
highlight.
he hit him right in the fucking face.
Yeah,
with
he
that
hit
shit.
him right in the fucking face, which was awesome. That was the best part of the match too to me. But you
Yeah.
know,
and then like the suplex and everything else was all great too. But they're really hammering home this is like the greatest match ever, and I don't believe that.
yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And like Danielson,
That's when they get super marky. Like that's when it starts. All that shit starts. Like I said, it's like, oh, Becky Lynch, fucking is Hulk Hogan. Like that's the same thing to AEW. Like this is the greatest show ever.
Well,
This is the
for
greatest
that-
match ever.
for that match for that crowd, like obviously they couldn't mail it in, but the crowd's energy enhanced a lot of that match, I
The
thought.
crowd was good. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's one of those things where you had to be there live.
Oh, well, listen, it was an awesome match, but I liked Takeshita Ospreay better. I thought that was a better match.
I think I liked the Omega one out of all of them more.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. Yeah, that one was great too. But, it's like Danielson, like, grounded it. Danielson made it, like, safe and a little bit more logical. So there was fighting spirit.
It's not video game shit.
Right, but I like my fighting spirit to be one count. Like, I want my fighting spirit to be Street Fighter. Like, that is a guilty pleasure of mine. Like, so Danielson almost took the fighting spirit and all these high spots and shit and, like, made sense out of it. He made an Ospreay that match that Cornette could like, which Cornette raved about this shit. But like,
I haven't even seen the review yet.
They just released the YouTube. But Cornette and Brian Last said it might be the greatest match in AEW history. But that's because they basically did it for him. Like, they all listen to him. Even we'll get to Jericho. Jericho, they called it the Jericho Vortex. Like, Jim Cornette nicknamed the Jericho Vortex, like, when you're in an angle with Jericho, he sucks you in and it's like hell. And then Jericho trademarked that. He trademarked the learning tree and the Jericho Vortex. So, like, they all listen to Cornette, and it's almost like Danielson and Ospreay were like, we're going to do this New Japan 40-minute match, but we're going to ground it and make it so that like, it all makes sense and the old heads can like it too. Which, to me, I want my new school match. No, dump him on his head, dude. I don't want you to, come on. Dump him right on.
Well, they were already going really hard with all this stuff, so they kind of needed to throttle back a little bit. Because all these Ospreay matches, but Kyle Fletcher and everybody were like, we're way too violent and way too unsafe.
Yeah. And listen, the Danielson match was hard hitting and very violent, but it was a safer version of that same,
so I think
like,
they were
song.
due for that. They could still deliver with this. And another thing is, like, they might do the match again. Like, so it's like, all right, maybe not with the Bryan Danielson one because he's got a fused neck and all that shit, but or whatever he's gotten done with his neck and spine. But
neck.
maybe
neck
down the road you get another
surgery.
one. Is that what it is? Or
no? But and also, I mean, not to jump ahead, but just to put a pin on Ospreay at Dynasty. Swerve won the championship, right? So what should they do? They should go Swerve and Ospreay right now. They should do that right now. But instead, Ospreay won like a match to challenge Roderick Strong. It's like, who cares?
Good.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope, but it's like, oh my god, who cares? I guess the goal is to, like, have Ospreay wrestle every single person on the roster.
Yeah, it's like, because Tony loves him and he's just all about dream matches only.
Well, and I mean, he's gonna be a workhorse. He's gonna wrestle all the time. And he's gonna wrestle every single guy, and he's gonna do that match with every guy.
But that's fine because Roddy's a workhorse too, and if he's gonna be the champ.
And he's kind of in a renaissance. He's kind of in a renaissance right now too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, they're doing some stuff right, man. It's just like they're not consistent with TV, and
also Roddy versus a returning Kyle O'Reilly should have been like so much more hype than it was. So much more, and it's like the Kyle O'Reilly kind of got did dirty, man. With his return.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, some things they do right, and
he lost, and it's not even like he's lost, and it's a series. He lost, and now Roddy's on to Ospreay. Like, now Kyle's like fucked, kind of.
Yeah, like Kyle's now just in the mix with everybody else.
He just should have been. Oh, and also, did you see that Adam Cole revealed that he can walk?
I saw that. Somebody just so he could just walk to the ring normally.
He now has control of both of his legs, and soon he'll have control of his ankle. And then the foot. And after that, the toes. And after that, he's going to be back in the ring as the devil.
Vengeance will be mine. What else happened on this show? Tony Storm defeats Thunder Rosa. I think something stupid happened in that match, too. I don't think there was any champagne drinking in that match. I'm trying to think. Wherever there's a Mariah May sighting in the thing, I always look and I'm like, "What's going on?"
Where's the champagne?
She kissing another woman. Jericho defeats Hook. So like, yeah, this got rated a 3.89. He takes a fucking fucking whatever T-bone or whatever off the fucking apron through the table.
Awesome.
He got fucked up in this match, but then he beats Hook. 16-minute match, and they were
like,
shitting on Jericho,
please
bro.
don't
What were they
make me do
chanting?
this. It's like he has no relationship with Hook, and he's like, please don't make me. And they're doing the culmination of like a 4-year angle. It's like I'm sorry, I
It's
love
only been
you.
4 weeks.
Right?
It's a 4-week angle.
I'm sorry, I love you for Hook Jericho. It's like, shut up.
I love you, brother.
Yo, if this leads to Taz.
Oh, he hit him with the bat. That's right.
He hit him in the head with the bat. And he told him to
He's
stay
like, Chris,
down.
just get out of the ring. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just get out of the ring. He told Chris Jericho to get out of the ring just so Taz could go.
Well, Hook was very defiant. He would not.
Well, they popped. That was the biggest pop of the match when Taz stood up.
Yo, if this could lead to Taz getting involved, it's all worth it. But I don't think that's gonna happen because I remember
Taz hasn't cared.
Well, years and years ago, when I was with the man who shall not be named, we actually sent an inquiry to Taz. And it was like a large sum of money, and by no
Mark money.
It was under no circumstances any physical involvement. It's like, oh well, could you choke? Would you choke somebody out? Could you just choke somebody out? No. Like, I got neck issues. I got this. Like, I don't do that. I'll appear. So I don't know. Like, maybe he's got the itch. Maybe he's on some Mick Foley tip.
Then it could come out to Kiss. Like, like that was his old theme. Before he started doing
yeah, hell yeah, I remember.
Before he started coming out to like the
Beedoo. Beedoo. Boodoo. Boop boop boodoo. So I don't know, like, yo, if it could somehow, if maybe he saw the same neck doctor that Sheamus, Kyle O'Reilly, Paige, Edge, Big E, and every other motherfucker. Yeah.
Well, not Big E. Big E actually just said something this week that he is not coming back anytime soon. Like, it's like it's not working out right now.
Well, and you know what? Listen, 10 years from now, 15 years from now,
Yeah,
why not Big
yeah.
E one final match just to close the book? And I think why not let Taz do that? But I don't know. I don't. Beat me if you can.
That's
Survive.
that's War Machine by Kiss. That's what the song is.
Thank
I'm
you,
a War Machine.
And now the FTW Championship has a long line of historic.
Yeah, now he's like, oh, I'm Lionheart, ECW, Chris Jericho. And now I'm the FTW
No, he's the
champion.
Learning Tree Lionheart.
Oh, now he's like, yeah, now he's a Learning
He's the Lion
Chris
Tree.
Jericho. You know what's funny? I was listening a little
Really,
bit
he should
of,
just be called the Air Fryer because that's what he looks like. That's what his body looks like.
I listened to Bischoff had Bubba Ray on his
Ooh,
whatever.
I've seen this. Eric Bischoff hates Tony Khan so much that he started a whole new show that's just
dirt
about
on him.
shitting
Yeah.
on him.
And it's funny because it's like, Eric, when you were coming up as a booker before WCW, what was your learning tree? Who did you learn under before they gave you the pencil?
He's like,
And he's like,
nobody.
No, he was like Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes, Eric was under. And then who did Paul Heyman, who was Paul Heyman under or whatever like that, you know? And it was like I don't know, whoever from the territories or whatever.
Right.
But the point I'm trying to make is that like who
was
he
Tony
says,
Khan,
who's
right.
Tony Khan? Tony Khan's like, no, nothing. Like, he's not a booker, he's a matchmaker. You want a dream match? You go to Tony Khan.
Huh.
It's true.
But as far as episodic television,
Yeah, dog shit. Yeah. That's what I said to my buddy. I was like, it's gonna be probably like a 9 or 10 pay-per-view, and then back to dog shit TV. And that's where we got this.
actually, I think they put on some of the best
Amazing
TV that they've ever put
All right,
on.
let's get through this. So, some other notes on the show. So Ospreay defeats Bryan
and
Danielson.
also Swerve beat. Oh, well, we got to do the
No,
ladder
Young
match.
Bucks.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks defeat FTR.
The only
with-
thing I remember from that match is the Dax pile driver on the bridged ladder.
Yeah,
where
that was
like
good.
he stumbled a little bit, like he didn't know where to put his feet, and then I guess the ladder collapsed. That was fucking insane. And then there was one table bump where it looked like the black-haired Jackson murdered himself on the barricade.
Yeah, Matt Jackson.
His like butt hit the guardrail, and it just looked like he slammed his head on the barricade.
Oof. And then what's his nuts came back.
Oh my god! You know what? Guy's a fucking idiot.
Did you see this footage of like the people seeing him in the crowd
like he's got
walking
popcorn.
around popcorn?
He's got
He's
fake
like,
popcorn.
don't look at me. And was
can
like,
you
yeah,
just
that's
run
definitely
out?
him. That's definitely him. And he's
Yo,
like,
because it's like if I was there, I would have tackled him before because I'm like, yo, this guy's about to shoot up the arena. Nobody's noticing.
it was
this
like,
guy.
yeah, it's like see something, say something.
Yeah, it's like some
fucking
Columbine fucking shit, dude. I'm like, yo, this is like some like a incel or whatever. Yo, I gotta say though,
so.
I do not like Jungle Boy, and I think he's come out of this looking like a bitch. And the first moment where I kind of saw it from the way that they would see it. Because, the mask reveal where he's in the corner. He's getting crunched in the corner by the security.
Like the camera's like zoomed in on us.
But like at just that face, that smug, yeah, it was good. That wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. If you remove yourself and look at it like, objectively speaking, like it wasn't the worst face to make,
Yeah.
Like, and even when he did the hug with Tony last night, if you look at it objectively and remove yourself from like the Ariel Helwani interview and all this shit, like
all the vices, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, okay, like I can kind of see it. And then once I could kind of see it, he stabbed Tony Khan in the heart with the microphone. All right, so the ladder match. What did you think of it, Joe? You're a much longer time Young Bucks fan than I am. How are you feeling right now about them? And how are you feeling about this match and the new direction?
I think it was a good ladder match. I'm kind of sick of like tag team ladder matches. It's like how many times have we ever seen like this match?
And why? And it's always the final of the tournament too.
And it's always the final. Somehow the Bucks are always in it. It's like a 3-team thing, 4-team thing, 6-man thing, this and that. I'm just sick. Ladder matches have been done to death, dude.
Yeah.
I just can't. I don't fuck with them.
And this was a match type that was done to death on top of a matchup that was done to death. Like, and it was the fourth installment. So it's like they already did the trilogy. So now it's like the Force Awakens or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? It's like
side film. Yeah, but no one asked for.
Sorry for that weak Star Wars reference. I didn't mean to offend you.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Jedi Joe appreciates a good reference.
Thanks, Tired Joe. Thanks, full-time job, Joe.
Yeah. All right. So
he's all sunburned. He's wearing his working man's hat.
Swerve Strickland defeats Samoa Joe. I didn't think they were going to put the belt on him here, but I mean, I'm not complaining. The
we
match
overthought
was like,
it.
all right.
It was the simple. What's it called? Arkham's razor. The simplest solution is often the correct one.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are they going to do here? Are they going to bring back Adam Page? Are they going to swerve when they drive? Are they going to swerve us with the match? It was like,
They're
no.
gonna swerve when they drive and swerve
It's
in the
just,
match.
you know what it's exactly like, Joe? It's exactly like when they missed the boat on the fucking acclaimed tag team win, and then they just ran it back and gave it to them the very next.
Yeah.
Like, instead of like retooling and then circling back, they just like shoved it. They just like auto-corrected like the very next pay-per-view. That's exactly what this is. They realized, they looked at the analytics, they listened to the pops, brother. They were like,
I didn't think they would do it because they've made so many mistakes in the past and so many bad decisions. I just didn't think they were going to do it. I thought he's just going to go with his guys again, like I'm Page, and they just have their hands in everything. But
no, it's Swerve's time. He's got a new shoe coming out.
Oh, really?
I hate how they all do the Shawn Michaels. Like, it is absurd how many first-time champions do the thing that Shawn Michaels did 20 years ago.
He had
Where
a
it's
shoe?
No, the boyhood dream where they look at it
Oh.
and they contemplate their
The boyhood
entire life.
dream.
And they're like,
Yeah.
and they get all like emotional. It's like, you know what? Actually, give me Cameron Grimes crying on Twitter over Swerve Strickland crying over the AEW title.
No.
And also, it's like, he's the first African American champion. It's like, okay, yeah, he is the first African American champion of a title that's had 8 people hold it in 5 years. It's not really like it's you know what I mean. Like it's like okay,
but they're all about those milestones. They're like, she is the youngest champion in AEW history. Julia Hart.
Black,
he is
like
the first
insulting.
black guy as a champion.
That's like when the kitchen guys walk in, my manager goes, "Hola," you know. When I just go like, "Hey, you know how you? What's up? How are you?" You know. So like he's the 8th. He's the 8th champion of the entire.
It's like
company.
when the Karen says gracias at the Mexican restaurant when she gets her fajitas.
That's the vibes it's kind of giving me. But I'm also fucking, I'm a horrible ignorant white man. So what do I know?
2 white guys on a podcast.
Just 2 white guys, one with a beard, and I'm the one with the beard, so I'm the worst of the 2. We're just 2 white guys
talking
on a podcast.
about representation.
Yes, we suck. We suck. But hey, Swerve, congrats. Whose house? Swerve's house, and more importantly,
and he had good. Did you see him Did you watch the scrum by chance?
I was all scrummed out.
He had some good stuff to say. I can't really reiterate.
Remember
what he
it
said,
or care? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was late. I go to bed early now. But no, he had some nice things to say. Someone else said something. There was a question. There was a question. Here we go. Yeah.
I knew it.
Beat me to it.
2 white guys.
Someone, I don't know if it was at the scrum or if it was at the media call later in the week, and they're like, "Oh, you're talking about having first black world champion, and maybe it was the Swerve on his podcast. Oh no, it was Swerve the next day at some like kind of like a day show kind of thing. That's what it was." And they were talking about the comments with what's his face. Did you see this also? This is also going all over the place, by the way. But Grayson Waller said something that was like
good
a
wrestling
shot
in Jacksonville or something.
That's what it was. And then Swerve had a rebuttal. And then I think also on that show or the media call, I don't know exactly where, they were like, "Hey, are they going to start showing you in media more often? I saw you." Oh, it was at the scrum. Because they were like, "Hey, I saw you throw the ball out at the whatever game, at the Cardinals game." He's like, "Man, I've been doing that for 2 years." And he goes to Tony, and the guy's like, "Are we going to start seeing this more often? Like, are you going to start promoting the fact he is out there as a face of the company now that he's the champion?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, we can get the files and get the footage and the rights and this and that and and the sheets of data." Yeah. He didn't exactly dance around the question. He did direct it and answer it immediately. But it's like, why would you not be showing this? Like, like WWE shows their promotions and like all their PR shit they do on their programming.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yes, I do.
They should do that too. That's what the guy was getting at. And he's like,
oh yeah,
I've been throwing out the ball at all these MLB games and for 2 fucking years. And you haven't shown it. You haven't shown this guy. And now all of a sudden you're going to show him only because it's like he's the first black champion.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So,
and he's got a shoe now, and he's great.
So what does the shoe look like?
It's just a shoe. I don't know. It's like a shoe that somebody who doesn't know about shoes would design. It's like a Starberry. Hey, let me ask you this, Jomo, in the chat. Australian white guys have to be like whiter than New York white guys, right? Like white guys, like Grayson Waller's got to be whiter than I am, right? I mean, I feel like Australian whites have to be somehow more offensive than northeastern whites.
This is a question for Jomo.
Well, what do you think, Joe?
Oh, I didn't even hear what you said. I thought you were talking to Jomo.
Hey, if you were Swerve Strickland, would you have responded to Grayson frickin' Waller? Like, do you have to let everybody
Well, they
know?
always respond to WWE. They always
They
punch
can't.
up.
Yeah, they can't. Like,
They can't. They
do you
can't
need to
not.
let
Even if it is
these
Swerve,
guys
like
know that you're reading
it's like they
this shit?
direct everybody to like, oh, always take shots at the E, no matter if it's like Nia Jax or fucking whoever in NXT
Well,
or anybody.
You know, you're talking about the.
You all smell like colonizers to me.
Talking about the scrum, which I didn't watch. I did see the clip of Tony Storm not only reading her own statement and calling out Nikki Bella, or she called out Nikki Bella and she said that Nikki Bella can't hold a cunt-scented candle to what I'm doing right now, which I thought was a great.
Yo,
She's out of control. Yo, Tony Storm. I love.
I
Toni
can't
Storm.
stand hearing her talk.
Oh, see, no, I loved her at first, and then they drove it into the ground, and now I
that's
love.
why I
now
can't
I,
fuck
no,
with.
I love it.
Now you're
more.
coming back again.
I'm back around. I'm back around on Toni Storm. She provided a written statement because she realizes that the purpose for all the people at the scrum there are to monetize their YouTube based off of her comments. So she's sick of that. She's not in the fucking mood. So she's reading a prepared statement. But in that prepared statement, she went out of her way to bury Cody Rhodes and say, Tony, regardless of how many championships I win, I'll never call you to the ring to celebrate with me. Like, kind of taking a shot at Cody.
Yeah, why do these two companies just take shots at each other all fucking day? It's so funny. It's so childish too.
Yeah, but like
and no one comes out looking good. No one ever comes out looking good, which is like, that's what pro wrestling is about. It's like not burying somebody, but like shitting on them. But somehow in the end, you all smell like coming out like roses, and that's like good business. You know, that's how like that everyone comes out looking good, even though he's a bad guy, good guy.
Conspiracy? That's what they're doing.
Well, they're all just burying each other and still look like shit. No, I just think their younger generation doesn't. You know, they don't know how to fucking.
They can't help themselves. Like
yeah,
the strong, silent.
They don't have
type.
the logic of like Bischoff and Bubba Ray. Like they, you listen to one of their podcasts or Cornette or whatever. Even Cornette's like way more old school than them. But especially like Bubba Ray, like they have to listen to him. It's like, wow, this fucking guy gets it. Like
yeah.
And these kids like just don't get it. But these kids are also just like they're marks. Like just to go on another tangent, like these fans are they were fans.
Well, all
they were like if
wrestlers,
we did it and we were marks and just like got into shape and did it.
You know what? If we got into shape and we got contracted AEW, we'd probably be acting the same exact way if we didn't know any better.
I mean, I guess you could say it's the same thing. Like how if I go on Instagram and say some shit. You know, that's in a thread.
But the thing is, like,
they just have a bigger platform. You know?
Well, and even Bubba Ray does it too, and it makes me cringe. Where it's like he'll find a tweet that somebody sent about him without even tagging him, and he'll like retweet it, and be like, "Fuck this guy! You don't get shit. You clipped this, but not this. Get your facts straight. This is what's wrong with the wrestling community." It's like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, hey, you know
he'll
what?
find some like deep dive shit.
Right,
He's probably got guys like
some
finding
Embiid.
He probably has people looking for stuff.
He'll fucking directly respond to a Joel Embiid and be like, "You don't know what you're talking about, brother." You know, and,
suck it, brother.
you know, it's like, hey, Tony Soprano said it in 1999. Whatever happened to Gary Cooper? Whatever happened to the strong, silent type? You know what I mean? Like, you keep it classy. No sell. You know, all y'all out there who love the lingo, no sell it. Yeah, but they all
no sell it. Yeah, I said, you know what's funny? I said no sell in that meeting on Wednesday. And I think it didn't drop on deaf ears.
Everyone's like, whoa, this guy's
what I was
so
referring
cool.
to.
This guy's dangerous.
Yeah. No sell in a sales room.
Whoa.
Maybe that's why it only went over. It wasn't over. Yeah. It wasn't over because it didn't get over or they didn't understand the reference because it was a wrestling reference. I think it was just like a no sell because that's what we are in this sales.
Yeah, you just like struck brilliance.
Yeah. It was like, this works. I'm like, they kind of popped. I'm like, okay.
Got a little pop.
Oh, did I just say that? Oh, man.
You got a little pop out of him.
I didn't mean to say that. That was really fucking lame.
No. Hey, right. Here comes the lame. What else is in the wrestling world?
So then Dynamite. Did you watch Dynamite last night? Dynamite was back to shit.
I
Besides
saw everything
besides
I
the
needed
clips,
to see. I
yes,
saw
everything.
I
So
needed to see.
the undercard before we get to that part, so the show began with Trent Beretta stomping out Orange Cassidy. So I guess he turned heel on Orange Cassidy.
End of an era.
And he invited out Chuck Taylor and his skin disease, and he told him that
nice.
he's like,
That's
oh,
nice.
we've been under, we brought this guy in as a mascot to us, and then we ended up being his, like, his bitches or whatever like that.
I mean,
And he tried
that's
to turn Chuck Taylor.
that's not true.
No, that's exactly true. Yeah, that's very true. So he basically tried to turn Chuck, and then Chuck's like, no, and then booted him out. So I don't know where they're going with that. This is how they opened the show, by the way.
Trent's a bad
And then
guy.
after that, a John Moxley promo in the back. He just shaved his head, so his head looks like it's this fucking big.
And he got his
You know?
Stone Cold earring going.
And he's got the earring or some jacket, and he's just like, "Ugh." I don't know what the fuck he said, but this is how they're starting the show.
Some
Awful.
jacket.
Yeah, and then they decide, okay, hey, the new AEW champion. Then they bring Swerve Strickland out, but it's only just for a match, and a match with Kyle Fletcher.
And a match that they had a severe botch in, too.
What happened? I missed it.
They were trying to do like a reverse, like a tombstone into a fucking victory roll into like a reverse back to the tombstone. And they just putzed around and couldn't like lift each other up. And it was like bullshit. And speaking of Bubba Ray, who I'm not even that big of a fan of, he was all over this. He was like, yo, why wouldn't you just have Swerve come out to address the crowd as the new champion? Why would he wrestle a match?
Why does there need to be a now? And then how shitty that makes him fucking look, like his first match on TV after the champion, and like then has that.
And not
I mean, the
only
match
is it
only had a 7 out of 10 on a score here.
First
so
of all,
maybe
it shouldn't have. There shouldn't have been a match, and if there was a match, it shouldn't have been a competitive match. And not only was it like a 15-minute, what's it gonna take? Fucking bullshit, because that's I guess all they know how to do. But they botched the fucking thing. He looks like an idiot.
Well, they also had a Willow kind of like celebration thing, so maybe they didn't. You had 3 new champions entering the show from the pay-per-view. So they decided just to go with Willow for Willow to have the in-ring promo, which just ends in like Sasha cringe anyway, like every Willow segment now.
Right.
But yeah, so then there was that match, and then the next match was Mina Shirakawa with Mariah May defeating Anna Jay.
The best match that I've ever seen in my life.
And then they tried to celebrate with champagne. They were going to pour the champagne all over themselves, and they were going to kiss.
Love it.
And then Anna Jay broke up the party,
Ruined it.
so she got booed. So Anna Jay's full heel now because she broke up the lesbian action.
Yeah.
And then there was the Willow segment.
Love
Willow had
Anna
a good Willow had a good promo. And then she was out there with Statlander
Stokely
and
and Stat.
Stokely and Stat. And then here comes the cringe. Here comes the lame. Who comes out?
Boom, 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 boom. Money.
Oh, yeah, no, it's CEO. CEO.
My favorite. Oh, I'm sorry. Anna Jay's my favorite.
Yeah. Wow.
So what did Sasha
Shit.
Banks do? I didn't watch any of this. Not a 1 second.
I had I don't know if these screenshots were right, but did I not screenshot this? It was something like I don't know, it's probably fake news, but it's like so-and-so upper management has requested for Mercedes to be on TV less or something.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing because like whenever she comes out, like I'm already getting texts like I hate her. I'm already beginning to hate her. I was like, I hate her since day one.
Yeah. Well,
Like, she
yeah, we
shouldn't,
were
you know.
we were way ahead of the curve on the Sasha hate, and I'm going to tell you right now, Joe, I'm way ahead of the curve on the Jack Perry love. I know, it seems strange, but I just think
There is a little bit of a light in the dark.
I
Here with
think
this.
that I can see it, and I think that I'm there. I think that I'm there with the faces. Yeah.
I am not. But if they're going this way with who is coming back next week, do you know who's returning next week?
Oh, Kenneth.
Omega.
and he's going to come out with Tony Khan on his shoulders.
No, he's gonna come back and like he's gonna feud with them, but I don't think he's gonna come back to wrestle. Yet.
So what?
But when he comes back to
Kenny
wrestle,
and FTR and like,
they'd have to
what the
throw-
fuck, Ibushi?
Yeah, Doei Ibushi.
Yeah, maybe it's something like that. It's Kenny and then
And
it's
he only just got his surgery, I think. So he's not gonna. Who knows if he's gonna
no,
be
he
back
stopped
unless he's
eating
coming.
charred kale, so he's fine now.
Oof. But I think Kenny also saying all those things like he's definitely back on my good side. So hopefully we'll see next week. And
But it was a work. He doesn't really believe the things that he said on his Twitch about disagreements. He was just setting it up.
Do
Because
you think he
knew.
would really join the elite? He ain't joining the elite.
He's
man.
not.
It's
He's
so
not
obvious.
joining. He's gonna be against them. But secretly behind the scenes, they're all laughing and jerking each
Jomo
other off.
said, "Someone clip PK saying this, or when Jack inevitably fumbles it." Yeah, I'm not into that. That ain't
No,
happening.
he ain't fumbling it, dude. Because let me tell you something. And now I'm getting dramatic. Right? But there was a time. Whoa. Where he would come out.
It was all entrance.
And no, he wasn't all interest because he had some, maybe it was only, he would have some cartwheel, reverse backflip, German suplex with his little loincloth on. Everybody like, yo, this guy could go. And I just feel like we haven't seen him wrestle in so long. I don't know. And they're setting up for it. He's, what's his name is already the Continental. Asian Cody.
Mhm.
You got the Young Bucks as the tag team champions.
Agent and Cody
So maybe Jack Perry
versus.
Edge.
Oof.
Maybe he screws Edge.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Maybe he beats Moxley for the New Japan.
you guys didn't include Hangman. She said also.
Well,
Hangman in the
Hangman will
Elite?
come back with. Well, see, I think that Hangman should stay away from them and just obsess
Yeah,
over
I think.
Swerve.
I think like Hangman's gonna be on a solo thing.
Yeah, he should be on his Swerve shit. It's like Kenny and a team of chosen Japanese schoolgirls. Handpicked.
Yeah, and then there was the international title thing, whatever the fuck. Osprey won, it bit a bunch of people, so he's the number one contender. And
It was
then
like a
John
foursome.
Moxley. No, it wasn't. It was like 20 people.
Oh, it was like a 20-person thing.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, I believe
7,
you.
8,
I
9.
believe you. Don't count all.
And then Moxley had like an awful fucking match on the main event against Powerhouse Hobbs that ended in referee's decision. So looks like they really shit the bed on this Dynamite per usual.
So then what happened? So then Jungle Boy came out. Did you watch this? Did you see all of this segment?
No. I ended up. I just jumped on Twitch last night, so I just never.
So let me just make it. Let's just make it up because neither of us know what actually happened.
Because I just watched I just watched an hour of it, and after I saw like enough for for us to talk about on the show today, saw Sasha.
you
yada,
bailed.
yada,
You were
so-
like, yo, but time is.
Yeah, I wanted to play some New Vegas. I wanted to do my own thing. I was working all day and shit. My girl was just sleeping. I'm like, I'm just gonna play video games.
Hangman, Omega, Ibushi, and TK.
Help baby TK.
Yo, I love this so much, and I'm just gonna make up what happened in the full segment. So the match ends, right? And it's like as the other guys are going back to the ring, maybe there's no music. Maybe Jack Perry, because we haven't established his new music yet, he's just a scapegoat. He jumps out from the crowd, Shield entrance, and gets in the ring and goes, before we go off the air, I got a few things to say. And I'd like Tony Khan to come out here. And then he goes on to apologize to Tony, make a point to say how AEW is the greatest thing that's ever existed, make a vague reference to an inside joke of a line that will let everybody know that CM Punk's an asshole, and then say there's no place I'd rather be than right here, right? And then, or maybe it was like, we'll hear from Jack Perry, too. Then he calls Tony Khan out. I'd like to look you in the eye and apologize to you for all of the things that you've done wrong. Apologizes to him, shakes his hand. Double
Hugs.
the hug and the look. And this is so great. This is long. Joe, buckle your seatbelt, dude. Buckle your brain seatbelt. Because these guys are just
I'm so excited.
They're on another level of storytelling. This is long-term booking,
I'm at
brother.
Larry Legend energy capacity right now. So
Your eyes are open, so you're doing good. Christian had a whole feud with Jack Perry. Christian touched Jack Perry. Evil Christian. He taught Jack Perry how to be evil, how to take no prisoners, how to join the dark side. So just like when Christian hugged Jack Perry and looked into the camera forebodingly, Jack Perry hugged Tony Khan and looked into the camera with that same evil in his eyes, Joe. Don't you see? And then, and then Tony Khan took a full back bump, and then was down there for like a second and realized, like, oh, I got hit in the tummy. Oh, my tummy. Does this guy really not have enough time on his hands or enough smart people around him to say to him? I guess they all just assumed he would know how to sell it. So nobody, like Jerry Lynn, Dean Malenko, Billy Gunn, Chris Hero, all these guys, like nobody thought to double check with Tony to know, like, yo, when you get punched in the stomach, don't fall back like a crazy guy, like double over and fall.
Yeah, like, oh, fuck me.
Everybody just assumed that he's going to be fine.
He just wants to, like, I can tuck the chin, right? I can tuck the chin? Yeet. Yeah. Yeet. Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah, Vince Russo writes better than AEW. No, but,
so then what happened? He hit him with that, and then the Bucks and Okada
came
out.
And they said, and you know, it's really kind of telling.
Just like,
they're like, what'd you do? This guy's a billionaire.
And I love Okada in all these scenes, too. He's just like. Yeah.
He's just like, whatever. I'm 2000.
It almost has the belt. He's just like.
Did you see his tweet? He goes, "Thank you for booing me." But and this is so telling of the way the Bucks like think about Tony Khan. They come out and they're in character and they're like, "Jack, what are you doing? This guy's a billionaire." Like they didn't say like, "This guy's the boss. This guy's this is our boss." They're like, "This guy's a billionaire."
Did you see they picked him up and we're going to give him like the V trigger, the BTE trigger?
Uh-huh.
And everyone was like, oh, and they're like, no, it's not like that. Like they tried to like hint it and then like, like no. And then instead they just like scoop slammed him and gave him the stupid Mark driver.
Yo, and you know what I was thinking about
this finisher.
The shit would have been so much cooler if Nick Jackson didn't do the gay little flip. You know, like, if it was just a spike tombstone, they just grabbed Tony Khan's little legs and were just like, ha! But he does this like, a whole, like...
You should have done it on a cinder block, like deathmatch style or something, on tubes. It should have been, like, cinder block with light tubes and shit.
Yo, but
that
like,
should have been...
The fact that he, like...
The EVP trigger,
Because it used to be a springboard flip. But they got a little old, so they're like, all right, you know, let's just do the top rope flip, you know. But it's like the flip is so stupid. He's like flipping with his leg, and it never looks good. He could just jump down and be like, ha! And like make it look like they really fucked him up, you know.
Yeah, but when they do the 450, it's just kind of like,
yeah, it's like,
you know, it's like guided
like
down.
Him down. Yeah, it doesn't look good.
It's not,
and especially in this scenario where it's like not even in a match. Good. It's in just like a backstage, you know what I mean? Not a backstage, but it's in like just a segment. Like, why do the flip? Like in the context of the match, the flip might make sense if you squint your brain, you know. But like in a in like in an interview thing. It's like, why wouldn't you just go like, ha! And like spike his ass? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Tony Khan
But
was
then-
paralyzed.
Yeah. And then who came out?
Big dog.
Oh no.
The man.
They doubled down on this. They seriously doubled down because they had him come out and do a spot, and then they had him show his face. The dad show the face,
Right,
and
they
that's
doubled
like
down.
really
They-
they doubled down on this one,
They
and
were
they
like-
paid. They paid in memes.
They paid.
They pay. They're gonna pay in memes, brother.
Yeah, right. It's like the first time that Tony Khan is on TV, he gets injured so badly that they have to now bring his dad on TV to act concerned.
Yeah, the
And, you
owner
know,
of the Jacksonville Jaguars,
Right.
Shah Khan. Shah is his name, right?
And Shad.
Is it Shah?
Yeah, Shad. And
Shad?
it's, Shad. Shad.
Is it Shad Khan?
I think so. Or Shah Khan. Maybe the D is silent. But you know, and even if they were like, "Hey, come out here and look concerned," just he accidentally memed himself to oblivion by just looking concerned in such a memeable way.
Oh yeah, it's like it looks like Shahid, but it's Shad. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all in on this. I love this. I think this is great.
I think it's rotten as fuck. This is like just the beginning of the end.
Yeah, they've jumped the shark.
Yeah. I mean, like they've already jumped the shark. They
Well,
jump the
that's
shark
thing.
every fucking week.
It's almost like they're raising the level of shark jumping every time. Every time something happens, like you think that they jumped the shark during the shitty explosion, which at this point was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But they've continuously raised the bar for
Yeah,
the
it's just
jump to
worse
shark.
and it's worse and worse ideas. I'm telling you, somebody, my buddy hit me. Was like, "You were right. There's another great pay-per-view followed by shitty TV." And I'm like, I think he just does like maybe he does the pay-per-views like straight. Maybe he doesn't like snort a bunch of fucking booger sugar on fucking like Sundays.
I maintain that I do not think that Tony Khan does 1 inch
So
of cocaine.
what is he drinking in that cup?
I
that
think it's like
makes him- Give him
Pedialyte.
Yeah, so is that giving him like clarity to like book better?
Yeah, they're jumping the Sharknado. Yeah, it's not just
That's a
one
good one.
shark. They're jumping the Sharknado. Yo, I love it. This is my type of fucking entertainment. And you know, dude, I wanted to like make this a more streamlined comparison, but we're talking about Matt Hardy coming back to TNA. And you think about like the original broken Matt Hardy in Impact, like 2016, 17. That shit was as bad as this shit is. And at the time, in the first moments of broken Matt Hardy, every single person was like, this shit is fucking terrible. This is the worst shit I've ever seen. Matt
Terror
Hardy
bad.
is on drugs. This is so bad. And I don't think that Matt Hardy I don't think his plan was for it to be so bad it was good. I think he thought it was going to be provocative and good. And it was so
Why don't we do
bad.
it?
And it became like Creed. Like everybody loved it so ironically that they actually started loving it and he actually got over it. Right?
Nickelback.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
like, it's like some
Nickelback.
Nickelback full circle type shit. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just think that we are seeing the beginnings of broken Matt Hardy. And you know, and then by the time Matt Hardy came back, broken, it's lame. Like he was lame. So I don't know where we are on the sundial as far as the elite and fucking Jack Perry and Tony Khan getting fucking Meltzer drivered. But like there's some kind of comparison to be drawn there. Like where are we on the Matt Hardy broken cringe scale?
Yeah.
Because,
I forgot to mention, remember when I was talking about the learning tree of who taught Tony Khan? I forgot to mention Eric Bischoff did have a response, and he was like, well, who did Tony Khan ever learn after? And he's like, Dave Meltzer. Dave Meltzer taught him to use a pencil. Oh, fuck
boy.
me. All right, let's talk about WWE because we spent a lot of time in AEW.
Oh my god, but it's so much more.
It was
fun.
worth it.
It's so much
Yeah,
more
yeah,
fun.
it was worth it. It was worth it. We only have a little bit of WWE to talk about.
Yeah, I mean they're basically
That'll be it.
kind of on the road to France, on the road to the draft. We're kind of in like a little lull right now.
And then on SmackDown we had Solo Sikoa.
Oh, you mean I'm gonna make him an offer I can't refuse.
Yeah. He can't. Now he's wearing a suit and
See,
shit.
It's like I grew up with people who based their wrestling character off of the Godfather, not the Ho Train Godfather. I'm talking about Marlon Brando Godfather.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's
You
always
make
been
him an offer he
cliche,
can't
right?
refuse.
It's always been cliche, that kind of shit. But I think that we are so old now that there's a whole generation of people who like they don't even know who Marlon Brando is. They think Solo Sikoa is Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
think
I
this
was
is
like,
an
I'm gonna tell my
original-
kids this was Marlon Brando.
I think this is an original type of idea.
Yeah,
you know?
character. Like, oh wow,
Oh,
this
wow.
is cool.
Yeah, the guy's wearing a
Like a
suit. He
mob
took
boss.
over the Bloodline. He hasn't won a match since November. He hasn't won a match.
what-
At least
but what
Roman
else did they
Reigns won
do, though?
matches.
What did they do on this show though? Did they stomp anybody out?
Yeah, they bloodied and battered Kevin Owens.
Oh, okay.
And I guess the tension and Paul Heyman fears for his life more than even Tony Khan does. By the way, Tony Khan, little brush up with Jack Perry and CM Punk. And CM Punk yelled at him, feared for his life, fired CM Punk. Young Bucks, Tombstone pile driver.
Yeah, they get a raise.
Right, so like shit's full of holes. I don't know. But yeah, they bloodied Solo and Tama Tonga.
Okay, so it's still just them two and Paul Heyman, and then
Well, Jacob
then what?
Fatu is signed.
yeah. Is he really? Where'd you read that? Is
I
that just like
seen
rumor?
it around, confirmed on
Okay.
various news sites.
Yeah, it probably makes sense to just have like Tama be like kind of promoted as the guy, and then maybe when there's a little pushback against Solo and them, then Jacob comes in.
Right, he's like,
There was a third.
he's
He's
the
the
head-
third man.
Who's the
Third
third
man.
guy? What
Yeah.
are you talking about? That.
Yeah, and now it's like, oh, now we got.
But whose side is he on? What are you talking about?
got a bicycle.
Yeah, well, but I've heard suggestions that maybe it's like the bloodline grows to be an untenable force without Roman, and Roman, like it's like The Rock and the bloodline, and Roman has to enlist the wild Samoan Jacob Fatu, the werewolf. So you could see Jacob Fatu being a good guy even. But I think it makes more sense as
and
like,
then maybe no, they don't use the Usos.
well, I don't know. Jimmy's hurt right now, so I think Jay. I think they're just feeding Jay to Damian Priest right now.
Oh yeah, you might be right. It might end up
Jimmy's
being like
hurt.
a tag team.
Yeah, because Jimmy's hurt. But I think we will see. I think we'll see. The smart money is Solo, Tama, Jacob versus Roman.
Jimmy got
and the
hurt
Usos.
versus Jay at Mania.
I don't know when he got hurt, but he's dealing with something. I read. He's dealing
Uh-oh.
with a thing. He caught an ankle. Hey, whoa! On behalf of alcoholics everywhere, we can get injured too. Okay, don't automatically assume it's
And
something having to-
yeah,
it's not something having to do with beatboxes.
yeah, he can have like 5 or 6 DUIs and still have a job. It's fine.
Well, when you're an elite level nepotism talent, that's how it works.
You can just get away with it, brother. Yeah.
Well, he didn't get away with it. He didn't get away with it. He just didn't get fired because of it.
Yeah. That's all.
It's not like the cop was like, "Oh my God, you're Jimmy Uso. Go ahead. You're free to go." The
So
cops
the,
are just standing there like this.
oh yeah, they're a bunch of marks.
No,
Can I
they go
get
like, they're like, hey,
can I get a picture, brother?
No, they're
Can I
like,
get a
Jimmy, you
picture?
ready? And Jimmy's like, yeah, I knew you. They're like, nah, dude, we're telling you to do this.
Oh yeah, no, DU. Yeah, the
Yeah, it's not finger up, it's finger to the nose, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. There's a funny
or
joke in
this.
there somewhere.
Then do it.
All right, whatever.
And then AJ Styles is the number one contender for Cody Rhodes' title.
AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes in France.
So that was SmackDown, and then Raw was
Evil Chad Gable. You got Evil Chad.
Evil Chad Gable, and then we had some Sheamus memes.
Sheamus memes.
Drew McIntyre. What Drew McIntyre said that
we called him like Burger King.
No, he was like
banger after
before you left. Yeah, it was banger after banger after banger, and now since you've been back, it's burger after burger. I mean, if there's like some sort of buzz or internet thing going around, like they feed that, they pipeline right that into. That's
Drew
usually
McIntyre
all the angles that they all try to keep their finger on the pulse.
But to me, I think WWE's doing it in a classy. WWE does it a classy way. Like I think they're sprinkling in. They have the right mix of like meta and not, and like internet fucking garb and not, and like they still have their hokey WWE acting. But you see, you gotta have hokey acting to have all like the shoot stuff be effective. You know, it's got to be yin and yang. Whereas AEW, it's not like none of them
just jumping Sharknadoes. Yeah, it's just all over the fucking place.
So they're all like a blend. They're all shades of gray. They're all work shoot people. They have no moments where they just read the fucking line of the. Sometimes you just need a sentence to progress the story that doesn't have a million different fucking layers of emotion and friendship and long-term storytelling and betrayal, because you gotta have a verse before the chorus. You know what I mean? You gotta have like some shit to set it up. So like, I still appreciate when WWE, like I appreciate it more now when WWE has like hokey acting. Cause it's like, oh, okay. Because they, like I'm like starting to trust them a little bit. And then like, you know, hey, listen, this segment might suck, but the next one, Kevin Owens is going to get bloody. And they're going to, it's a good mix.
Yeah, and then on AEW, you know, they're using tables and plunder in the first match, the third match, and the main, like on a Dynamite. Like it's too much. Like it's just another thing where it's like jumping the shark or just no self-awareness with the booking. You know what I mean? No awareness that this is a show and not just like a match on a card kind of thing. You know?
Yeah,
it's all too much gray.
I grew up on ECW and loved ECW. And technically speaking, every single ECW match was no DQ aside from interference. But there was, in every ECW match, there was no count out. You could bring a chair into the ring. You could use tables. Every single match. That's just the rules. But they still didn't. Like, there's still more tables used in AEW than there were in ECW.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
like ECW,
yeah, I feel you.
Those opening matches where it was like athleticism. So even though all the fans came for like blood and meta and all this shit, you still had stuff. You had a verse, you had a lull, brought it down a little bit. Not everything has to have a fucking deep hidden fucking Easter egg. Not everything's an Easter egg.
Like I said, video game shit. Every match, video game shit. It's just like woo. No one's communicating on their side. You know.
I love that comment, Jomo. Also, Xavier deserves a King of the Ring redo. He got done dirty because of pandemic. Hey, you know what? Gunther declared for King of the Ring. Maybe it's like, you know, fucking Rocky IV. Except it's Apollo Creed versus Dragunov.
Oh.
Right? And it's Xavier Wood overcoming Gunther to get his fucking KOR title back. And you know what? The wins are in his favor. Because he could be the first black two-time King of the Ring champion.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking. That's what this podcast is going to.
First black two-time
representation cast.
And who better to point that out than two white guys with a podcast?
Yeah, we know most about it. Looks like, and then there was this fucking hodgepodge battle royale that had Becky Lynch beating a bunch of other girls for the WWE. It should have been Nia. It should have been me. Yeah, that's what people are saying. She didn't really get eliminated exactly towards the end. Like, and wait. No, Becky Lynch eliminates Nia Jax, and then Becky Lynch eliminates Liv Morgan. There's the actual list.
Chelsea Green is the best female wrestler in the WWE.
Yeah. I think what did Chelsea Green do? She got eliminated, but the refs weren't looking, so then she hopped back in the
she
ring.
just did like Chelsea Green shit.
Yeah,
you know, yeah, she's just great. She's great.
Did we get any? We did kind of already cover Becky Lynch earlier in the show.
Yeah.
But was there any Samantha Irvine on the show? Did we get any like cringe clips from her?
I mean, I'm sure.
I think I finally have got her out of my algorithm.
Yeah, she's kind of laying low, I think.
Now that I said that, my phone can hear me, and I'll
Yo, you know what would be a top seller? You know how I love The Sopranos, so they do like, these like Jamaica Avenue T-shirts, these like bootleg rap style T-shirts. You know what I'm talking about, right? They do them for like The Office, they do them for The Wire, Sopranos. Cody Rhodes did one. I think a Samantha Irvin one would really sell, like a ghetto blaster. Jamaica Avenue.
But it's like some of them are like ass shots from her Instagram. Like,
no, Joe. Maybe one.
Isn't there like multiple images?
Yeah, maybe we'll do one. Maybe we'll do just one mirror pic.
Yeah, one's like her, like doing this, and then like another one's like her taking a selfie with her,
booty shorts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what she's always putting on there. Like,
I think
respect
that's a
me for
great
my
idea.
voice and me being a great, blah, 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 blah.
I mean, she is cute.
I need to get back in the algorithm, so I'm going to have to post some, like, bra and panty shots.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean, Joe, you don't know that for sure.
It's what sells. So that's pretty much it for wrestling, I think. We already talked a little bit all about Becky and we didn't think she was Hulk Hogan. But the whole internet thinks that. And, yeah.
Yeah, and
we didn't cover Dark Side of the Ring. I think I'm, like I said,
no,
I think I'm
over.
done
I
with
think
that.
I'm over. Yeah, I think I'm over that too. I'd rather spend time talking about video games than Dark Side of the Ring stuff that I don't watch.
Yeah. Yeah, X-Men was really good this week.
Is X-Men still going on?
Yeah, I think there's about like 3 episodes left, 3 or 4. It's really good.
All right.
Every Wednesday I wake up and I watch it.
You love it.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm gonna have to get on it. Jomo was telling me to get on it. I'm gonna have to get on it. I'm really kind of.
Well, it's entering its like final act. Like.
But that'll be good because then I could just sit down one day and just watch all 10.
Yeah.
And then feel empty inside after it's done.
Yeah, that's why I like it being one a week, so I can like theorize and
it forces you to actually enjoy it. That's the proper viewing. A once a week viewing is proper viewing. Binge viewing is unnatural. It's very Embiid-y. What's the score?
The Sixers won.
No, that's a fix. I knew they were gonna have them win.
They're winning by at least 12.
Oh my god! So it's not over. You lied to me just now.
Yeah, but the Google thing is slow. Let me get like a faster score here.
All right.
Pat McAfee show Giraffe Spectacular.
Oh, dude. We're down 13 points with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Anything can happen.
Yeah. I know. You're going to go run and watch that now?
Yeah, I think, you know what? We've been working so hard. There's been a lot of torque and tension on the Boulevard Boys YouTube channel this week. I think we owe ourselves. I'm doing a double header. I'm going to go get
you're about to go play.
Oh,
you're about to go play video games with Prince.
Yeah, Prince went to the Yankee game last night.
Yeah, I saw that. I wanted the most epic stadium. Yeah, the hallowed grounds.
He loves
Have you been in the new Yankee Stadium?
I have, but like only like 10 years ago, like when it was first, like 2010, like right. When did they build it? Like 2009 or 07?
Yeah,
so, like,
that shit looks like baseball heaven, bro.
It looks like a bank.
On the outside, yeah, but on the inside, it looks like pretty epic.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still like pretty
banky.
Yeah. Great skate park over there, by the way, right across the street.
Oh, is there?
Brilliant. Well, probably a few blocks down across the street. Great skate park, but I haven't been over there in like fucking 10 years. I wouldn't be caught dead Yankee game, let alone the Bronx, unless I'm driving through to pick up Prince Havoc to go play some golf. Which, by the way, we have a golf outing set. May the 3rd. May the 3rd
Oh,
be
really?
with you.
May the 3rd be with you. Yeah, that's cool.
The lads
You're
are
gonna
golfing
record
again.
it?
Only the shots I make, Joe. Only those
Oh, yeah.
putts that drop.
Yeah, my job is all like white guys who golf.
Oh. You're entering that stage of your life.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna come out with us or whatever." I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you know,
I guess-
especially on this podcast, ever since Mania weekend when the mirror was turned and we were forced to look at ourselves as just two white guys with a podcast. Joe shaved his beard and we were like experiencing some turmoil, but then we were like, you know what? What can we do to be even whiter? Let's start golfing. Oh, the Joe Emo, damn it! Oh,
Yeah,
I keep forgetting.
I've been telling you the Joe emote for weeks, man.
I keep forgetting.
Jingle jangle. Yep.
Well, it's not going to happen tonight because I'm going to go get a little snack and then I'm going to fire up Drunk GM.
Yeah, it only takes like 2 minutes to upload it, but.
You're right. Well, no, it's on the hard drive. The hard drive's over there.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll catch. We will
Next
switch
week.
over in a little bit to watch some gaming.
Watch some gaming. Watch some drinking. Watch some
I'm
gaming.
gonna lay in bed and watch it.
Nice. Well, listen. Don't make it too loud because we need you for your beauty rest. Are the Philadelphia Flyers in the NHL playoffs? They're bad, huh?
Not bad, but they missed it by the skin of their teeth.
I've been thinking about this, and I actually want to ask you before we go. Are Philadelphia 76ers fans as crazy as, like, Phillies or Eagles fans? Because in my mind, they're not.
76ers?
Yeah.
No, it's a lot of white people. It's a very mixed crowd. The culture is completely different because you have, like, different races, like the dynamic can only be like so much, or then they all it's like a comment section. They can only be so whatever. There's only so much chemistry. Whereas so chemistry at a football game, yeah, people get along pretty good with the Eagles. I think the chemistry for the Phillies is like very like just family oriented, but the Flyers one is definitely way more like white trash, just white people. And that's just
I feel like the
Like,
white trash
that's across the
Philadelphia, I feel like the always sunny white trash are going to Eagles games, Philadelphia Phillies games, Philadelphia Flyers games, but I feel like, the 76ers fan base might not be so many lower middle class angry Philly whites. So maybe they're not as aggressive and crazy.
It's not aggressive or crazy due to like, some racial lines, and also
It's more of a
the fact
melting
that-
pot at a Phillies game.
Yeah,
or
it's a
at a 76ers game.
I think, and at Phillies too, but you're gonna get way more white people and just a family oriented atmosphere at the Phillies game. Because we are talking basketball and baseball. So,
Yeah.
and two guys on a podcast
And two
talking
white guys
about
on a
representation. Yeah. But yeah, it's always been fun. The only time that it was ever weird was at the Eagles game I went to. It was definitely a little aggressive.
Yeah, because it's all these Columbines. It's all these Embiids.
And we weren't fighting with each other. They're just trying to fight like Niners fans. I mean, we talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
It was,
It's not the Bill Burr Philly crowd.
the Bill Burr Philly crowd. Yeah.
Hey, you know who's in
But yeah,
Philadelphia this weekend? Tom Green doing stand-up.
Where?
I don't know. I saw that he was out to dinner in Philadelphia. I don't
Oh,
know.
shit.
Look it up. My phone's dead.
Okay. Your phone's always dead. Yeah.
I know. I need a new phone. Hey, subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, share. Thumbs up. And until next time.
And don't forget to follow me on Twitch. I'll be on tomorrow again.
Oh, that's right.
New
Follow
Vegas.
Jedi Joe on Twitch and all the platforms. Follow Boulevard Bullies on Twitch and all the platforms. Buy something from Boulevard Bullies merch. Buy something from Jedi Joe's eBay store.
You get a discount if you're a member here.
We're in between music, so if anybody wants to write us some new entrance music, That would be great. We no longer have the rights.
I like the new song.
Yeah, you like that? Wait, hold on. Let me see if I still have it.
I think we should just keep it.
You want to just keep it? It's gone now. I closed the window. Well, I'm never going to find it.
No, you're going to have to bring it back up.
All
We're
right,
going to
hold
have
on,
to
hold on.
send us out. You got to send us out.
I gotta
No,
send us out.
get it back. Get it back.
Hold on. I got to go to viewing history. Okay. This is called...
Generic YouTube.
This is called Calm Music, no copyright.
Volkswagen
wait,
doors
there's
are
an
tested
ad.
100,000.
Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah, this. You know what? This is good music, Joe. Maybe I'll download it.
Yeah.
We just gotta. All right. Well, thank you for another great episode, Flagship Joe. I understand that you are a tired man, but I appreciate you making the time.
Yeah. As long as we go 2 hours, I'm good. But
Wrestling
anything after that
is better than ever. With Tony Khan at the helm.
a broken freaking neck.
And with these two white guys with a wrestling podcast. Two favorites. We're out of time. See you in about 10 minutes. Bye-bye.